So yesterday we have started, this is the demo 3, and then yesterday we have started understanding the project concept, modules, and use cases discussion. We started yesterday, right? And then let us continue today as well. Understand the project concept, and then the modules, and then the use cases we'll understand. Then if you understand the modules, project concept, use cases, then we will easily make them as a functional requirements. And from the functional requirements, we can derive the technical requirements, and then we can go for the user interface requirements as well. Then DB design, all this we can go side by side. I mean, we can go one after the other. So the first thing is what we need to, yeah. Hey, good morning, Bikram. Yeah, the good thing is what we need to, the first thing is what we need to first understand this project, right? So yesterday we have seen till the users module, and today let us see the categories module. So before that, first let me start the backend application, right? So what we have discussed yesterday, we discussed about project concept. So project suite, we Shopify platform project suite or product suite contains the, yeah. So product suite contains the two applications. One is the front office application. Second one is the back office application. Front office application will be used by the customers like you and me using the Amazon, right? So Amazon is a front office. Similarly, how the Amazon, Flipkart, or have or Amazon, Flipkart websites or the web applications, like how we are using. Similarly, they also have the backend applications, meaning back office applications where the admins can log in, and then admins can upload the products, admin can upload the deals, admin can upload the rates and all, right? So similarly, our product suite also contains the two applications. One is the front office application, second one is the back office application. So the back office application is we started understanding. The back office application contains again four personas. One is the super admin, configurable user. This is very important to understand how we can configure a user while the system startup or system bootstrap. This super admin user should have to be set up. We'll see how we can do that. And then the admin is one persona, salesperson, editor, and then shipper. These are all the personas that we have in our back office system, where they will be logged into the system, and then they will do their respective operations as per the permissions that they have. So when the super admin will be logged in, right, just by entering his details, the super admin will have all the rights on all the modules, like we can see. And in that, we started understanding the user module, meaning the super admin can create the users. Here, two concepts we need to understand. One is the users concept, second one is the customers concept. Users concept are nothing but the back office application users, meaning who can be logged into the back office application, who will be able to alter or edit the information that will be viewed by the customers in the front office applications. Like Amazon deals and all, we are able to see in the Amazon website, but someone in the back end or back office application, someone will be logged in to the back office application, and they will upload the deals, they will upload the price, they will upload the cost, upload the offers, right? All those things. So such a users who are doing the activities at the back office applications, those users are created using the super admin, using the users module. There are two modules separately. We have users module, customers module. So users module, in users module, a user can be created, and created user can be viewed and deleted, edited, and these users even exported to the report. Users even can be exported as a report, right? So this is what we have seen. Now today, let us see the categories module. So very, very important, please focus. Let me log into the system, we Shopify platform. Let me log in as a super admin, that is we Shopify platform admin. So let me log in here. Yes, you can see here categories. So categories, we can create a category. We can view all the created categories, and we can export the categories as a report. So superadmin can create a category. So when a category is created, category of kind anything. For example, if we open, let me open a new window and let us go to Amazon e-commerce company. Let us go to this Amazon. There were a lot of categories we can see. Like go here. Yeah, so these are all the categories: mobiles, computers, TV, appliances, electronics, men's fashion, women's fashion, lot of categories. So these are all lot of categories, around 10 to 10, around 10 categories. So when we click on this mobiles and computers category, and again subcategories, right? All mobiles, cases and covers, screen protectors, power banks, tablets, refurbished, smartphones. These are all subcategories. For all these subcategories, what is the parent category? The parent category is the mobiles and computers. So there are two concepts in the categories module. One is child category, second one is a parent category. For example, if we can take this one, mobiles and computers. So mobiles, comma, computers is a category. Let me give the mobiles, computers. If we don't select any parent category, or if the parent category is empty, then that is called as a parent category. Whatever the category now we are creating without choosing the parent category, that means this is a parent category. Now let us save it. Now parent category is created. Now let us create one more category. So one more category is what, let's say in the mobiles and then computers, let us create cases and covers, or screen protectors, or power banks. So let us create power banks. So this power banks is what another category, which is for which the home parent category is what, mobiles and then computers. Now save it. So we can see this power banks is the category whose parent is what, this mobiles and then computers, right? We can go and then see now whose parent category is mobiles and then computers. So what you can understand now, categories we can, in the e-commerce, in the retail e-commerce domain, the products can be categorized. The products can be categorized. In order to have a best view, right? And then the deals, offers, in order to manage category wise or the product wise, the products were categorized. So categories are divided into parent categories and child categories. So you can see this category module in any of the retail e-commerce domains. So categories are divided into parent and then the child categories. The category created without choosing the parent category are called as parent categories. Why we are discussing all these things? Later in time, we have to write the category microservice. When we are writing the category microservice, we have the API to get all parent categories, get all child categories, create a child category, create a parent category, right? So we have to implement the API later in time. Microservice we have to develop later in time. But when we develop, when we have the proper understanding of the particular module to which we have to write a microservice, right? So we have the proper knowledge on it. So the constraints, like what to be considered as a parent category, what to be not considered as a parent category. So the category which don't have the parent category is nothing but a parent category only. But the category which have the parent category is called as a child category, right? So the category created without choosing the parent category is called as the parent categories. The categories who have the parent categories selected are called as the child categories. See this, child categories. So just like we have chosen, let me also take this one. Power banks, not power banks. Let me go back and this mobiles and then computers. So let me take this screen. I think this is most makes sense screen. So let me take this screen and no parent here. So here no parent. Let me put it in our documentation. Yeah. Right. So let me just minimize as much as I can do. Right. So this is what, and then the categories which are having the parent, then those are called as the child categories. For example, let's go back, and then the power banks is the child categories under the category called mobiles and then the computers. So now this is called as a child category because it is having the parent category. So just to take this, right? So go here and then paste here. So this is what the parent category. Meaning this is what the child category because it contains the parent category, right? So categories module. Categories are divided into parent categories and then child categories. Now listen the constraints. One, super admin can create categories of type parent and child. Parent and child. What next? All the created categories can be viewed, edited and deleted by the superadmin. Right? Later in time, when we use the RBAC, role-based access control, and then ABAC, attribute-based access control, or PBAC, permission-based access control, these constraints will be helpful for us. The permissions, right? So categories is superadmin should have the permission on the categories, like categories view, edit, delete. So all the permissions the superadmin should have, right, on the categories. So what are all the permissions? View permissions, edit permission, delete permissions, and then the categories can also be
only super admin role can create the categories, or admin also have?
Admin also. For that, I will come up. Actually, we are now discussing about the super admin persona. That's the reason I am purely talking about super admin.
Oh.
When we go to the admin personas, we'll discuss about admin personas.
Okay.
Right. So that categories also can be searched here. If we can go back, then the categories also can be searched. Searched based on the category name, based on the category type, based on the category ID. Let's say category name is power. It should have to give us the power banks, right? And then the category home is what, mobiles. Let me just take mobile, and we have one category mobile and then computers. So categories can also be searched based on the category name, alias, based on the category name, alias. So based on this, the categories will be searched. So the categories can also be exported. So whatever the categories we can see, meaning whatever the categories were created, those categories we can export. So why this always report generation module is given, there were some legacy systems. Those legacy systems maybe interact with our backend application, and they borrowed our categories, our products, and then they will showcase in their applications. For example, in the case of the this insurance companies, what they will do, this Apollo and then the ICICI Lombard, all those things will get the policies from the India Insurance Company, General India Insurance Company is there, right? So some regulatory authority is there for them. From the regulatory authority, they will take all the necessary information, and then they will again sell those policies in their own brand, on their own brand, right? So similarly, if any of the other applications would like to use our categories or use our system, we can give the API, or else we can also generate the report and then give this report to them so that they will upload this report in their system or in their database, whatever it is, right? So report generation is there. So carefully observe. Now the categories can also be searched based on the category name and then alias. All the categories created, all the categories, including parent and then the child, all the categories including parent and then child can be exported, as a CSV report, So what is the flaw in this categories module? Do you see any flaw? Do you see any drawback here? Yes, this view is not good. There is no separation. There is no, by looking into it, we cannot say like this is the parent category, this is the child category, right? Rather than having like this, if we have a tree, right? So let me just show it. React.js tree view. We can just open some like this, or maybe you can see like this, right? Or maybe you can see, yeah, like this tree view. What I mean to say is tree view, right? So yeah, we can see like this. Yeah, this is a tree view, right? Parent category, under parent, child category, under child category. By default, all the parents will be displayed, right? If the view will be something like this, then that is good. At least we can know what are the parent categories or child categories. Or at least if the view will be there with the child categories and then parent categories, indication by looking into it, we can know like this is the parent, this is the child and all. Or else we can see like this, child parents first and then the child categories first, and maybe what are all the parent categories that the child can include, right? So here one more constraint also we can write. A child category can be included in any number of parent categories. This is very important. Any number of parent categories, right? So these are all the constraints. But the flaw in the existing system is what? There is no clear separation, or there is no view indicator to know that this is the parent, this is the child, and this child is in this many parents. There is no view indicator or a proper view to see the parent and then child. So drawback in existing system, drawback of the category modules, drawback in existing system, category module drawback in the current system, right? So what is the drawback in the current system? There is the current view is not providing the specific, the current view is not providing the specific, the current view is not providing the categories. The current view is not providing the not providing the particular view, particular view of the category, like parent and child. If there could be a tree, or there is one, actually in React.js there is one scrub or scrum, tree scrum, I believe. Tree scrum. React.js will have that scrum concept of some scrums. Yeah, maybe I'll let you know. There is one concept, actually, scrum view. So the current view is not providing the particular view of the category, like parent or child category. If there could be a tree view, or scrum view to indicate the child category, and also in how many parent categories that child category was in, right? So this is the drawback that we need to, eliminate in our new system. Make sense? I hope you are following me. You are understanding the things, right? Yeah. Will this tree view be implemented in our project also? In our project, I'm not sure, guys. My main focus is on the microservices architecture implementation, but not on the view, not on the UI. UI is just we will use for the integration of the microservices. So the UI, whatever we are using, that microservices integration. But using this tree in a React.js is not a big deal actually. There is already a predefined plugins are there. I'm not sure whether we will use it or not. If there will be any complexity in using it, definitely I don't go for it. Just to, not to waste the time. But as per my experience, this is a direct way of integration, meaning the tree components we can take directly in the React.js. There were a lot of plugins developed. Let us work on it. If it will be easily integrated, we'll go for it. Otherwise, we'll go with the simple table structure. Okay, I'm not committing that we will implement this tree structure in our project. Yes, let us try it. There are a lot of plugins already available for this. If those plugins can be easily integrated, we'll spend some time there. Otherwise, let's no need of spend time there, because our focus more into the microservices API development, meaning microservices development. Make sense? Right. So, but why I'm explaining all these things? Because whenever we are analyzing the system, right, to build the new system, we have to see both the cases, right? Pros and cons we have to see. That's the reason I'm also writing here. So what about React? Because what is your question? What about React? What is your question? React.js we will be used till beginning. I'm telling the same thing.
Yeah, so
React.js is the library we will use to integrate the microservices. I repeat one more time. React.js is the library we will be used in our project to integrate with the microservices. But inners, maybe the theoretical things, we should not spend much time on the React.js side. Being a developer, full stack developer, you just know about how to integrate the services, how to render the data and all. But don't spend much time on taking this tree view and all. If you can be able to do that, is well and good. But within the 60 days of time, right? If you spend a whole 1 week on rendering the tree in React.js, that doesn't make sense, is what my opinion.
no, sir. Actually,
Yes, sir.
I'm asking, are you cover React also some concept also, correct? Or
Theoretically,
only we are focused only for microservices actually.
both microservices and then React. For example, in React.js, let me explain with an example how to. We will create React.js application, right? So from the scratch, we are building it. So I'll explain how to create it and what is component, what is service, and what is the library, Auxis library we will use. What is Auxis library? How to use it? How to take the data from the farm? How to design the farm? How to integrate the CSS, Bootstrap CSS? How to build the farm? How to take the data from the farm and how to submit it to the backend API? These are all we will see. How to apply the validations, what is state, how the state will be maintained, right? And how we can pass the tokens to the backend API. After authentication, once the tokens we got, where we keep the tokens, right? So these are all the things we will practically implement here. But theoretically, what I'm saying is, since the beginning, theoretically, I don't spend much time on the theoretical point of this React.js. Got it? Huh? Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Yeah. Wherever the required, definitely. For example, when we are writing this state, you have to know what is state. There I will explain. Wherever required, I'll explain. But especially the theory, maybe I won't go much into the theory is what I'm conveying. Yes, yeah. Yes. Fine. So let's go now. Yeah, fine. So let's go now and then see about the next module. I hope Yes, class recordings will be provided. I think this is the demos, right? Maybe the people will join day to day. Maybe new people will add on day to day. Yes, class recordings will be provided. But there is one constraint on the recording. The recordings will be provided with a validity of 4 months. If your course is completed in 2 months, again, 2 more extra months will provide the video recordings. If the course is not complete in 60 days, maybe it went to the 75 days, then 75 into 2, that is 150 days, the recordings will be available to you with the viewable permission. Remember, please, no downloadable, no shareable. You can view it any number of times, but you can't share it to others. You can't download it into your system. Okay. Then all the materials will be shared to you. These materials you can download, you can share whatever you want to do, you can do with that, but not with the videos. Right? Hope I'm making sense. Right. Now the category module, I believe, is understand for you, meaning it is clear for you. Now let us see where we will use this category module and what is the next further case. After categories, the next module we will work on is brands. So if you can see this brands, the super admin can create the brands and see when we are clicking on the brand name, and each and every brand will be in one or more categories. Listen carefully. Each and every brand is in one or more categories. That means there is a one-to-many relation. One brand may be in many categories, right? Listen carefully. One child category may be in more than one parent category. There is one constraint. Here, one brand is in more than one category. Here again, one constraint. You observe how the relation is now we have to take while we are doing the database design, right? Let us go and then see this Amazon part. So let me open this Amazon website. Again, one more time, go back. Let me open this Amazon website. Maybe I can directly open this Amazon website. Right. So in Amazon website, you can see the brands actually. So go here, scroll down. You can see the brands as well. All categories, brands you can see. Whenever we are searching for one category, assume I want to search for the mobiles and then computers, and in that I want to search these cases and then covers just in case, and here you can search them with a brand as well. So see this electronic accessories brands made for Amazon, top brands and special features, and you can see there is a theme. Brand wise also we can see this brands. So what did you understand that? So one category, meaning if the one category contains many brands. One category contains many brands. One brand maybe belongs to many categories. Got it right? Let me just put it in some other way here. A category contains many brands. Guys, can you please mute? Can you please mute? I'm now taking out the unmute option for you. I will give some time to ask the questions. When I'll give the time to ask the questions, let us discuss there. So a category contains many brands. A brand may be in one or more categories. Right. So this is the two constraints we need to clearly understand. A category contains many brands. Right. So for example, category TV and then host, it may be contains many brands. Amazon, maybe we have chosen this covers and all, right? So this maybe contains many brands here. And each and every brand, if you can see, this brand also may be in Amazon is there. Amazon brand is providing the mobiles, providing the TVs, providing something else as well, right? So a brand may be in one or more categories. So let us go and now make a note of it, right? So brands module. Second module 2 is what? Brands module. So we are now understanding the existing system, guys. Don't be an assumption. We are understanding the existing system. So if the existing system will be understand better, then we can go and then analyze the new system requirements, new system design we can analyze. Okay, this is existing system we are now discussing. So existing system, yeah, one or more different, exactly, one or more different categories. That's true. That's true. You are right. Pardon me if I pronounce your name wrong. Yes, you are right, Afia, for those. Yeah, one brand contains many categories and one category contains many brands. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Right. So let us now understand this brands module. So go and then see, log in to our application. Yes, a super admin can create a super admin, or we can also say admin, a super admin or admin. Let's say super admin can create the brands. Super admin can create the brands, right? Brands. Each brand may be in one or more different categories, right? A super admin can create the brands as shown below. Now did you got the relation between the brands and then category, right? A super admin can create the brands as shown below, whereas each brand may be in one or more different categories, right? So this is what the screen. Let's say, let us create the brand called Amazon. Amazon is the brand, right? Brand logo we can, right now this file uploading is not working because S3 bucket credentials were expired. So I'm just not uploading any images for now in the existing system. Right, now we can choose the categories. This Amazon is providing the home appliances, mobiles, and then computers. See, now it chosen to menu here. Just go here. Yeah, just go here. Now this is the brand we are now trying to creating, and this brand we have chosen two categories. So these are all the two categories for now. That means one brand may be in one or two different categories. So go here and then this one. Just let me minimize this. Let me minimize this. Right. So this brand is in one or more categories. So once after the category is created, let us create this category. Okay, file uploading is mandatory, it is saying. Just let me upload any of the file that I have. Maybe let me go to the pictures, test image. File size is too heavy. One moment, let me go. One moment, let me upload some files, my trainings. Let me upload some files. One moment, let me upload some files. My projects, Shopify admin, Shopify suite, and Shopify platform, and we will have the user photos. We will have the target, main, resources, static, images. Yes, let me choose this image. Some image I have chosen. Okay, and then save. So here, this also we have to, let me take one more screenshot of the existing one. If you can observe, image uploading, meaning file uploading is also there. right? So carefully observe now. This is multi-part data. It is taking the file plus it is taking the text. Both it is taking, right? So usually if only file uploading, we can handle it using the multi-part, but it is taking both file and then the data. So we have to use a octant stream or different media types we have to use. So let us discuss about that technicality when we are actually implementing. But if you can see here, the concept here you have to focus now. A super admin can create the brands as shown below, whereas each brand may be in one or more different categories, right? We have to mandatorily choose the brand logo. This is mandatory. We have to mandatorily choose brand logo. We have to mandatorily choose brand logo and categories. These are all mandatory. At least a brand should belongs to at least one category. Right? So once the brand is created, we can see all the created brands as shown below. Let us go here and then create the brand. Perfect. Now the brand is created. Sorry, some error is there. That's okay because the file uploading is not happening, but still the brand is created, right? The file uploading is not happening because the S3 bucket not configured properly, but we can see the created brands here. So Amazon is the brand name, and then we can create the brands here. Same story again. All the each and every brand created can be edited and deleted by the super admin, right? And brands can also be searched based on the brand name. For example, go here. Let me give the category as mobile. Just let me, no, it is not searching, but let me give Amazon. It is not searching. Maybe this functionality is also not working. Okay, my bad. I have given wrong. Na? AMO. Yes, it is searching. Let me enter home. It is not searching. So searching is happening based on what? Brand name. Searching is happening based on brand name. So brands can also be searched based on the brand name. All the brands can be exported. All the brands can be exported. So whatever the brands we have, we can export into a CSV report. All the brands can be exported into a CSV PDF reports. CSV PDF reports. So these are all what the about the brands module. Okay, here what are the constraints? So what are the constraints? Constraints meaning the conditions or the business constraints. So here business constraints. What are the business constraints here? Number one, every brand should belongs to at least one category. Now carefully observe, guys. In the real-time scenario, let me open my projects, Shopify platform, cloud architecture. If we can carefully observe the things, this is microservices architecture. So when there is a brand service, when the brand required the category, what it will do? This brand service need to do a communication to the category service, right? That means category is one service, brand is another service. When brand required the categories, then brand need to do a external network call to the categories and then get it. If the categories are updated, the categories that are there in the brand service also should be updated. For example, we have taken here the categories as mobiles, comma computers. If tomorrow we have changed this category, mobiles and then computers category to mobiles and computers, assume, then it also automatically should affect in the brands as well. Getting my point? As the brands are depending as the brands requires the category, as the brands also storing the category in which category the brand is belongs to, right? When the category will change in the categories module, the category also should have to be effect in the brands module. This is where we will implement the event driven system. Event driven system we will implement using the command query responsive segregation, CQRS. Getting my point? Where we will use the CQRS? What happened? Yeah. So where we will use the CQRS? Where we will use the CQRS? You understand, right? So when the let me go here. Yeah. So when the category, let me click on this view all categories. So now the category, sorry, view all category. Now the category is home, mobiles, comma computers. Now what I will do is, let me edit mobiles and computers. Save it. Now I edited it as mobiles and computers. Let me just reload. But still here it is mobiles, comma computers. This is not the case. When we are implementing our system, when the category is changed in one system, that category also should have to be effect in all the other systems where it is using. To achieve this, we will use the event-driven system. That is CQRS we will implement. Make sense? Right. Right. Yes, correct. Both should be updated. Correct. So now the constraints, let us discuss. Every brand should belongs to at least one category. And every brand should have to belongs to at least one category. Okay. Next, when the category name or parent or alias get updated, then the brand's service also should get updated. This is second constraint, right? So when the category name, parent or alias get updated, then the brand service also should get updated with the updated modified category details, with the modified category details, right? So this is what modified category details. Then what is the next constraint? Next constraint is so we have to mandatory choose brand logo and then brand logo, and choosing the brand logo and at least one category is must and should. So these are the three business constraints we have to keep in mind while we are writing the new system, right? Okay, so again, what else in the brands? You observed nothing, right? So delete is one, edit is one, search is one, create is one, and then the report generation is the other one, right? So, and yeah, so choosing the brand logo. So one moment is here, the brand logo. not this one. Note, when we choose the brand logo, when we choose the brand logo, or when we upload the brand logo, it will be uploaded to object stores. It will be uploaded to cloud object store, like AWS S3, AWS S3 bucket, or OpenSwift Keystone, or Azure Blob, etc. Right? So when that means what? That means what? Logos we are not keeping in our database, right? So that means the images and the files we are uploading, we never maintain them in our database. This is the important thing you need to understand. We never maintain them in the databases. Rather, we will only maintain a reference ID, of the image or file will store in DB, but not the original file or image we won't store in our DB. The DB bytes never stored in our, the image or the file, the bytes never stored in our DB. Rather, they will be uploaded to a object store like Keystone or S3 bucket or Azure Blob. And from there, we will be we will upload there. Once we got the ID generated there, that ID we will keep in our database, right? So we will just maintain a reference in our DB, but not the complete file. Makes sense? Right. No, not GCP bucket, Afia, for this, only AWS cloud, only AWS platform I'm targeting now, not GCP. Okay, only AWS cloud I'm targeting, not GCP. So we will use only the S3 bucket. If possible, I will also integrate this Keystone, because Keystone we can set up as an on-premise object store. AWS is a cloud object store. Like how the cloud, AWS is only 5 GB, till 5 GB it is free, but after that it will be charged for us. For every upload, every download, it will charge for us. In order to avoid that, we can also set up our own on-premise object store. That means within our company environment or within our internet or intranet, we can set up our own object store using this Keystone. If time permit, I'll also explain this. But since beginning, we will work with only AWS S3 bucket. That is the reason in the browser, I have just striped it off. Yeah, see this Keystone, I just have striped it. If time permit, I'll explain. Otherwise, I'll skip it. But just to know you, just to make sure that there is another on-premise object store also there, that is Keystone. Most of the members don't know about this. That's the reason. Okay, so that's all from the brands point of view. Module 2 brands, module 1 categories. Module 1 users, right? So this is the module 1 users, users management, and then the module 2 is categories management. Module 2 is categories management, and module 3 is brands management. So module 3 is brands management. So it will take little time for completing these modules, but other personas, meaning when the salesperson, when the shipper, when the editor will be logged in, again the same content will be there. So it won't take much time to explain those personas. Fine. So After this branch, the next is what? The products. So products can be view all, and carefully observe, this is little longer one. See, a product we can search based on the all categories, or based on a particular category, or based on the child category. Based on the categories, the products can be searched. And while creating the products, there's a lot of information we need to fill, like a product name, and then the alias. What is the brand? See here, one product must and should belongs to one brand. So let us create one more brand also quickly. Let me create one brand. Amazon is one brand. Let's say Flipkart provided is another brand. Let me choose that Flipkart provided this one. And then maybe electronics, appliances, save. Okay, that is fine. Error we will get, but yes, it is created. Now go to this products, create product. Now we can see Amazon and then Flipkart. This is not multi-select. This is a single select. That means what? One product can be exactly in one brand. We'll discuss about this product module tomorrow. And that's all for today. I'll make you to unmute. You can ask any questions if you have. Any questions if you have, you can ask me. Yeah, now you can unmute yourself and then ask questions. Any questions for me?
Yeah, hi
Yeah.
Narsi.
Yeah.
So for the products page based on the different condition, like based on the category and based on the brand, is there any search filtering option we will implement as part of the project?
Yes. So filtering option here, the products filtering is happening right now based on the categories. Right. If we also can have based on the brand also we can, because the product while creating, it is taking both. See, brand it is taking, and then categories it is taking. But this is a little flaw in the existing system. Why? Because if we brand we choose, automatically the categories it is giving us. So the search should be based on the categories, and there is also search should be based on the brands as well. Meaning this is not implemented in the existing system, but we need to implement it in our new system. But yes, search is based on the brands and then the category. That's true.
Yeah, at least if you saw during the sessions, how to add that, like multiple filtering condition if we want to add, like based on the brand and based on the category.
Mm.
How to do that will be very helpful.
Sure. We will, because we are using the JPA, so we can write the JPQL queries and then we can do this. I'll implement. I can showcase that while we are implementing. We can see that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Narsi.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Sir,
Yeah.
here I have one question. So as you said that for microservices, we are creating from scratch, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So likewise, sir, for React also, we will do the coding from scratch only.
Yes. React also we will do the coding from very scratch. But the difference is what, microservices, I will discuss the theory as well. What is microservice? What is monolith? I'll focus much on microservices. Even theory I'll provide. Even documentation I will provide. But React.js theory I won't provide. Documentation we will prepare while we are doing. But theory I won't cover. Much theory I won't cover.
Okay. And sir, for introduction also, can you provide for React and microservices?
Yes. Microservices interview questions book I will provide. If you follow that, you will crack interviews like anything, because my previous students got very good opportunities, very good CTCs on microservices. I will provide one book that will be helpful to you. And React.js, yes, I will provide the interview questions on React.js as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, can you please give the Google Pay number so that we can pay the payment?
Yeah, actually our backend team will take the payments and all. Please contact this number. I'll ping that number in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, admin details. Give the admin details. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So let me ping the number 9246212143. 9246212143. Yes, this is the number. All of you guys, you can contact the backend team and then you can inquire about the other details. Right. So tomorrow, do we have session on this weekend? Can we start the session around 7:30 a.m.? 7:30 a.m. is not possible for me. The session planned for 8:15, but we can start at 8 a.m. So tomorrow, yes, tomorrow also let us have the session. Tomorrow let us complete this products module. There is a lot in the products module. And also we will discuss some other personas. Tomorrow also let us have the session. Fine. Yeah. Could you cover UAA and trust key store concepts? Yes. Trust key store concepts are there. Aman Kumar, one question. One microservice can contains multiple API. How to design API? That we will do, Aman. That is what whole and our course actually. How to design the microservices. What are the design principles of the microservices? What we will see in our course, meaning while going the sessions.
Overall, how many microservices we are having in this project?
Around it will come 20, including
Oh.
ecosystem. Including ecosystem meaning,
Okay.
if you can see this, here you can see. This is a good question actually, because interviewers are asking these questions as well. How many microservices you created? These questions also they're asking. See this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this 8 plus other services also will here. These are all just 4 services I mentioned. 4 plus minimum 15 will come for sure.
Yeah,
15
because
minimum.
so each module will be one microservice, now, like users and
Correct.
products and brands. So all module will become one microservice.
Exactly. I mean, each and
Okay.
every module is one microservice. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
true.
Thank you.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Any more questions, guys? Sir, I have time in December. Is there any way I can have access to your yes, Shashank. Please talk to backend team to get my previous sessions access, and they will provide for sure. Yeah, can you create one group? Yes, once after the registrations will be completed, and once we change the link, then I will give you the Telegram group link as well, where we can all collaborate in that Telegram. Okay. Right. Yes, demand is very nice and very high for microservices. That's true. So tomorrow also we have a session, same time, that is 8:15 a.m. Tomorrow also we have a session at 8:15 a.m. And these demos will go till next Wednesday. Maybe the link will be changed from the Thursday onwards. Right? Any more questions for me? And remember, folks.
Narsi, after course completion, this recording session will be valid like up to 2 months or 4 months, you just mentioned.
Exactly.
But what about the repo access, that code repo access?
Code repo will be there. Code repo access will be there. You guys can download actually. Code repo access. So far, I am not removing the code repo access after even the video's expiry, but in future, I thought of doing that. So whatever the video access we will have, similar length or similar duration, I will give the code repo access as well.
Okay.
Because
so
once the
code from the repository, the code will be downloaded, right? It will be allowed.
Downloaded. Yes, you can download it. Code will be downloaded. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So everyday code you will be pushing to the Git, or at the end of
Any more questions?
course only you will be giving the code repo, sir?
No, every day we'll do. Every day we'll do.
Every day you
Please
will
check
be
it.
pushing the changes to the Git, sir. From there we can clone the change. Okay.
Correct. Every day we'll do. It is not GitHub. I'll create a GitLab, and it is a private repository. Maybe if it is GitHub, then I'll create a private repository, not public repository. Only registered student details or registered members details, I will add them in the repository. I'll only give the access for the registered candidates, because there is a group I thought of maintaining. That group will have the complete access on the repository, whereas the other people can only view the code, but they can't download. Even they can't copy the files as well. Yeah. Any more questions for me? Great.
Sir, are you going to show how to create the Git and GitLab account, sir?
Yes. How to set up the code setup is there actually as part of the code setup. So very scratch, guys. Actually, I'll create, usually when any project will come, how the architects will create a base version of the project, and from there how the developers will start developing, right? Same fashion, but it will take little time for me. At least till here we need to complete. Till here, if we complete, then we will go for the software installation. By the moment of software installation.
And sir, DevOps interview related questions, how to crack interview on DevOps. Why? Because you had
DevOps is different story actually, because
So when we
So,
are using
no. Actually, how
Docker,
the microservices will be automated?
so why? Because we are using the Docker, Kubernetes, you told no, we are using.
Not Kubernetes, only Docker.
So questions are going to interviews are going to conduct on those topics also. So
That's true. But this is not. I'll do one thing. If possible, I will showcase one end-to-end deployment of one CI/CD pipeline for one microservice. I will showcase. Okay, not for all, but for one microservice, I'll showcase the CI/CD pipeline, how it will be and how we can deploy them.
Yes, Narsi,
Fine.
that will be
I'll
very
showcase.
helpful if
Yeah.
you show that.
Yeah, I'll showcase that. I'll show.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Sana, you raised your hand. Any questions?
Yes, and Narsi, this is Sana here. I would like to know, as a part of Spring Boot and RESTful services, can we have a topic that differentiate between RESTful and TCP kind of thing?
Exactly. So when I'm going to start microservices,
Mhm.
before microservices, I'll start the REST design. What are the RESTful services? What is REST architecture? What is the REST design, REST principles? All we'll discuss. Then we'll go for this microservices. When we are going for this microservices, we'll do a differentiation. We will do a detailed analysis on the monolithic application versus the microservices.
Yes.
At that
Okay.
moment, we will see stateless versus stateful applications and all we'll see.
Will it cover APG concepts as well?
No. APG is an API gateway, right? So that concept won't covered. Rather, the API gateway we will implement using the Spring Cloud Gateway. We will implement our own. APG is the commercial, I believe, not the open source one. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
Shopify API gateway. We will build API gateway using the Spring Cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot.
And
Thanks. Any questions?
Narsi, here, I mean, are we going to implement that payment gateway also, right?
The payment gateway, yes, I'll take one sandbox. Yes, I will showcase that. Payment gateway integration will do. True.
Okay. Thank you.
True. I'll showcase that. Payment gateway, I'll showcase. Okay. Any more questions, guys?
Sir, till what time? I want to ask one more question, sir. Till what time interviews are going to conduct by online, sir?
It will be at least, I mean, maybe I may be wrong, but based on the current situation, I'm stating this. Maybe for a coming 6 more months, it will be. But after 6 months, maybe because the things are now slowly coming back, right? Everyone is probably we are now with very less COVID cases and all. So as the hybrid movement is now going on now, at least for the coming 6 months, it will be this con call interviews. If after 6 months everything will be settled, then maybe they'll call for the on-premise interviews as well. This is but for coming 6 months there will be con call interviews only for sure. Got it? Am I answered your question, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, regarding database,
Nowadays,
I have a question. So actually, for every module, if we want to keep a separate database, means how we are doing it here, sir. So separate users we will create, or separate schemas we will create. How we are going to do in the database part?
Exactly. So there is in microservices implementation, we have the database patterns actually. So in database patterns, either we will go for one database, single database for all the microservices, or individual database for all the individual database for each microservice. In what we will do here is, in this course, we will keep only one database for all the microservices in iteration 1. And in iteration 2, what we will do is, we will separate the schemas for each and every microservice. So here we are following a pattern actually. In database pattern we are following. Slowly, iteration by iteration, we will convert the microservices to connect to their own databases, because it is highly impossible to break down the database into a smaller pieces in a single shot. So what we are doing, we will take a big database with all the modules, tables, with the tight relations and all, all the microservices will use that common database in iteration 1. And iteration 2, what we will do? We will split out that database into individual databases. Maybe product services using MongoDB, category services using MySQL, maybe order service might use the GraphDB, different databases. Polyglot architecture we will build. But initially, only one common database used by all the microservices. Got it?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Narsi, for the version 2, like the iteration 2, you mentioned like different databases will be using. So those things will be also implemented during the sessions. I mean, in the
correct. That is, those things will be. It is a pattern actually. There is one name for that pattern. I didn't recall at this moment, but it is a pattern. So that pattern is suggesting us one moment. This is very important one actually. One moment, guys. This is a pattern where we will implement. One moment. Fig tree concept is used there actually. I didn't recall that pattern name exactly, but that pattern we will use here, which is similar to this fig tree, how the fig tree will, create the subtrees with its routes and its seeds. Similarly, the big database will also create the small databases, and finally the big database will die. That is the concept we will use. Let me showcase you one part. Yes, microservices pattern. The first pattern will be, of course, the database pattern. In database pattern, we will use this. We'll implement this pattern. Unfortunately, I have not prepared any document for it, but that I'll let you know that pattern. Actually, it's a pattern we will use it. Yes, strangler pattern. Thanks, Arun. Strangler pattern we will use. Yeah, it is a strangler pattern. Got it? Huh?
So yeah, I got it. So you will share those documents like pattern documents and other things also, right? The documents also.
Correct.
Okay.
Any more questions, guys? Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot. I think it's time to back to office. Thanks a lot. And tomorrow also we'll have the session at the same time, that is 8:15 a.m. See you tomorrow. And then let us complete the products module and orders module. Let us complete, and different personas login also we will see tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Stopping for now. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Narsi. Bye.